Hello, Fernando Zamora here, and I am going to show you a little bit of programming with Python. Hopefully, you've already installed Python and you've already maybe played around with it a little bit, or maybe just installed it and verify that it was installed properly. Once you have that done, then you can go ahead and use Python. One thing about Python is that that's really nice is that you don't really need any heavy integrated development environments. You don't need expensive software to run it. You really need starting off is Notepad, which if you have Windows, it comes with that, and your command line. So let's get started. So to run Python, and like in my case, I have location. You can see my folder here, and I have Python. I have different Python scripts, but let's change the directory. If you haven't used the command line before, it's really simple to do. To change the directory, the command is cd and then the directory that you want. If you do dot dot, that's the directory one level up. Basically, it takes you back one level. So we'll do that. And let's see what we have there. Now to view what directories we have, you can type dir and usually slash p if you want to pause. So wanted to, if you have too many directories, it'll show you one at a time, and you can page down or scroll down on the directories. I don't have that many here, so it didn't make a difference to use the slash p. But as you can see, there's not much here. So one thing I want to do is maybe go into tuts, and what I'm going to do there is change directory to my directory tuts, this one that I'm talking about here. And another thing about it is when you do change directory, you can enter the first letter and hit tab and see it. If that's not it, you can keep hitting tab until maybe you see the one, because for example, I may have multiple directories that start with T. That's not the case with this one, so it doesn't matter. So I just change directory to that. Now let's start with a clean file, and the way you do that, if you use Notepad, very simply just type Notepad and the name of the file, and we're going to do the simple hello world. And it asks me if I want to create the file, and I say yes. Okay, so now that I'm creating the file, oh, I don't want that. Let's close that. Let's let's close this file. Let's create a new file, and let's do Notepad hello world.py. Yeah, we don't want a text file. And so it asks me, do I want to create it? I say yes. And very simply, just to get Python up and running, you just can do something like print something out to the screen. The universal application for this is hello world. So in Python 3.4, print is a function, so we just type print, and we put inside of quotes, we put what we want to type, and that anything inside of quotes, it's a string, is what's considered a string literal, so that's for a string. So we just say hello world, and simple as that. That's all you need, and we save it, and we close the file. Now that we have that file there, we type Python hello world, and you can see that it types out hello world. So that's just a basic of how you use Python uh, to, from the command line, using the command line, using Notepad to write some simple programs. So what we want to do is we want to do something a little bit more complicated. Just a quick introduction to running something else. So we're gonna open up the same file. Let's clear the screen. So let's open up that file, and we open up the file again. And now what we want to do, make it a little bit more interesting. Let's say, for example, we want a variable. We have talked about variables. So let's say we have a variable, and we call it first name, and whatever your name is, put it there. My name is Fernando, so I put that there, and we can say hello world. instead of hello world, we say hello plus first name. And what this is what this plus that you see here is basically you're joining two strings together. It's not adding, even though it's a plus. That's the symbol for concatenating two strings. Now, if these were actually numbers, then it would be adding two numbers together. But once you do that, you can go ahead and save it. And we can actually tab to the command line and type Python hello world. Ooh, and uh, we actually have a syntax error. And what it's telling us is saying first name is not defined. So we go back to it and basically telling us it doesn't recognize first name. So there could be a typo. It could be that I didn't save the file. It could be a number of things. So let's go back and take a look at the file. So we have first name, and as you can see, we left out the T here. So we say first name without the T, and we have it here. Now we go ahead and save it. Let's try it again. And now one easy way to run this again without typing all that Python, just hit the up arrow on your keyboard and it will bring it up. Now it can bring up previous commands that you've typed, so you can just kind of scroll through them. So we want to run that, and there it is. And there's your first program in Python. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep watching, and thanks for watching.